Most people think AI OFM is about creating pretty pictures. That's why most people fail. They spend hours chasing prompts, generating girls, testing outfits, and posting random content that never gets views. The reality is simple. Images are not the business, distribution is the business, traffic is the business, and monetization is also the business. And in this video, I'm going to break down and show you exactly how the AI OFM operator system works and how to have a profitable AI influencer. We're going to break this down. But before we talk about traffic, we need to understand what GPT Image 2 actually changed. For years, creating consistent AI influencers was difficult. Faces changed, bodies changed, styles changed. Everything felt random. Now GPT Image 2 makes it a lot easier. But here's the important part. The image generation is just a tool. It's not the business model. The image generator is just a printer. The operator is the business. So we need to make systems in order to actually be successful. The biggest lie in AI OFM right now is that prompts are everything. A lot of influencers would tell you prompts are everything. You need to work on a prompt. That's actually not true. You don't need to sit there all day and prompt in models. Prompts matter, but they are massively overrated. Most beginners think better prompt equals more money, which couldn't be further from the truth. You can have the greatest prompt on earth and still make $0 because nobody sees your content. It doesn't matter how good is it if nobody sees it. Traffic comes first, funnels come second, prompts come somewhere after that. The people winning are not obsessed with prompts. They're obsessed with distribution of the product, which is your business and your AI influencer. Okay, so GPT Image 2 setup, how to set it up. Let's talk about the setup. First, open ChatGPT, then use GPT Image 2, then upload reference images. The goal is not perfection. The goal is consistency. Pick one identity, one face, one style, one niche, and a vibe, and make sure to keep it consistent. Most people create 20 different models or 20 different niches for one model. Keep it consistent. In order to be a good AI OFM agency, you need to create one model and scale her first before you create multiple. T plus Pinterest method. Let's go over this. This is one of the easiest ways to create content ideas. First, what you would do, you would go to Pinterest. You would search the niche that you're targeting. Save the photos that perform well. Analyze the poses, the different clothes, the different environments, how she looks, the body composition. Then from there, you would use the concepts as inspiration inside GPT Image. Don't copy, just take patterns. And from there, you can create your own actual model off of viral models that are already there. So instead of copying, we're just heavily inspired. Let's put it that way. Now we're building the base of the model. So your first goal is creating a strong foundation for the base of the model. Focus on casual photos, natural lighting, simple backgrounds. You want realistic images, not hyper-edited fantasy content. The closer you get to reality, the easier it becomes to trust. You know, some people will trust it more. The model looks like a real person, the more the fans will trust it, the more money they'll spend. So consistency, it matters a lot more than perfection. You don't need 500 photos. You really just need a believable character. So make sure that they are like casual iPhone photos, slight green, natural lighting, and just make sure it's consistent. Now, advanced editing, it's not too advanced, but you know, it's more than just a picture and everything like that. You want to expand her niche just a little bit, not too much, but you know, have her in different backgrounds with different outfits, different content categories and styles, but we would do those on different Instagram pages. We wouldn't put it all on one Instagram page because that can get confusing for the fans. And also, you don't want your niche too broad. You want every page on Instagram to be a specific niche. So always keep the identity recognizable, but she can be different personalities sometimes. So have her face the same and some personality traits the same, but she can change different outfits, sometimes different niches, or make her like realistic and have a Halloween outfit, except thing with Instagram, a lot of people are in 200 view jail. This is where most people quit. They get like 100 views, 200 views, maybe even 300 views, but obviously that's not enough for profit. And they assume that they're shadow banned. Usually they're not shadow banned, let's be real. The platform simply just doesn't know who to show the content to yet. So you have to pick a niche, make sure you're consistently in that niche creating content, focus on retention, make sure the quality of the video is good enough to have watch time, and you have to post and have lots of volume. That way Instagram notices that you post a lot and they'll push you out more to the algorithm. So in the end, quality over quantity, but you still want quantity along with quality, if you get what I'm saying. So quantity will create opportunities. Quality will make sure those opportunities are the best. Well, now let's get on with the Shadowban myth. I see a lot of people blaming shadow bans constantly. In reality, most accounts aren't even shadow banned. They're just not interesting enough yet. You need better hooks, better storytelling, better curiosity, and more consistency. That's usually the answer. So stop looking for technical excuses and start just improving your content overall. Use AI for structure, not the final output. Make sure you add human output to it. Edit the scripts to sound natural and human. That way it doesn't sound like you just blabbed it in GPT. Avoid over-polished or robotic delivery. And also keep the scripts flexible for improvisation, as in you want to add on top of the scripts that GPT and Claude or whatever that you use, you want to be able to add the human element to it, make it feel more real. Let's talk like an AI OFM operator. You need infrastructure. So this is the most part that most people don't really get. You definitely want separate devices. You don't have to, but you can use proxies. Sometimes those work. If you are in America, you really just need separate devices with different SIM cards. We don't want to overcomplicate it, but if you are in a different country, you probably want to use proxies. But I teach that in my school, by the way. Shameless plug. Anyways, so you will want to warm up a few accounts. You don't want to over warm up. You want to just, post, make it look like a human, because most accounts, you don't need to warm up for weeks. That's not even like a human. A human just pretty much, they text, they like videos, they comment, just make sure the account looks human. So organize the account, make sure you got other passwords and the names and the content plan in a different folder, and just keep it all organized overall. So just make sure you have systems and rely off the systems, not just motivation and posting one time or 2 times out the week. Like, you need an actual full-blown plan, strategy in order to make this. So have an infrastructure. Okay, so this is what I call the operator protocol. This is the mindset shift. Images are probably like 5 to 10% of the business, really. Honestly, I say 5% because you're going to generate videos along too. So traffic is most of the game. How do you make traffic come into the funnel? Funnels are very important. So here's the part that's really important. The best operators in this, agency owners and AI influencers, they don't generate the most photos. They generate photos that get the most attention. And they do it on a systematical basis, as in they have systems behind it and schedules and things of that nature that will pretty much keep them in the rhythm of posting content at the right time, making the right type of content, make sure the accounts aren't banned, making sure you got the right username in the right niche, things like that. That's what separates you from the thousands of other AI influencers and agencies out there. Well, really, this business model isn't too saturated yet. Normal OFM kind of is. AI OFM is starting to get more popular, but even then, you don't need insane quality. You just need above average quality. and a system behind it, organization. One thing you guys tend to have is no organization or structure behind it. Okay, so now we're traffic architecture. This is where real business starts. So your content gets distributed through Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, and it funnels all into FanView and OF. So basically, your Instagram, TikTok, and Reddit and other social medias are just to funnel all into FanView. Once you get them into FanView, from there, that is where we make people convert with other systems, chatting and good content that's uncensored, and we can get into that in a different video, and in the school group I teach that. But basically, your main focus, 90% of the business, 90% of people problems, especially since this is AI OFM and we don't have to recruit models. The main problem most agencies I notice go through, or AI OFM operators, that's what I like to call it, because you could be a one-man agency. Most of the people go through traffic. Traffic is like the most important thing, even for real OFM models and agencies. So we have to just make sure we are pumping out the right content at the right volume with the right quality, and make sure the accounts are all good. Now, here's what I like to call the golden ratio. If you remember one thing from this video, remember this. Don't obsess over prompts. Build distribution, build systems. Make sure you have traffic coming in, the most important part. Make sure that traffic converts into subscribers so you can get monetized and actually make money, because obviously we're not doing this for charity. So the winners aren't creating the best images. They aren't just sitting there all day prompting the best image in the world. The real ones have quantity plus quality, and they're converting. They're making sure the quality of the content converts into subscribers, which means more money in your pockets, because you don't have to share this with anybody, because guess what? It's an AI influencer that you own 100% of the rights to. So all that money goes to your pocket, all of it. Now, I do want to address a couple of common mistakes that a lot of people and beginners make. Here's the mistakes that I see every day. People chasing prompts, ignoring traffic. Literally, I know I said traffic a lot of times in this video, but it's just so important. Copying trends blindly. Don't just randomly copy a trend because you see it, because sometimes those trends work for a reason and may not work for your reason or your model. There's no system behind the content. You guys are just, let me wake up at 9 a.m. I'm going to post, and maybe I might post 3 days later. Like, no, you need a schedule for when you're going to post. In the morning, afternoon, night. Then you guys have no funnel. So you're posting content, getting millions of views, and some reason you guys have no funnel, no link in bio, no link in the stories, no stories on your Instagram going to FanView. Like, you guys just think people are just gonna sit there and pay you through DMs. Like, no, you gotta chat on the FanView, the platform. That's how you make your money, is through FanView. So you gotta get them on FanView. And all of this said, in this video, I just want to show you guys AI OFM operators. So in AI OFM operators, this is my school group right here. This is exactly why I built AI OFM operators, because we don't need another prompt pack. You don't need anything but systems. And inside there, I'm showing the weekly trends that are actually trending, ones that you can actually do and why to do them, how to execute them, GPT image workflows, traffic systems and schedules, viral frameworks, and then monetization strategies, different sales systems in order to get people in these dudes and gooners and all of that to subscribe to your AI influencer. And everything that I use on my AI influencer will be shown in AI OFM operators. To wrap this up, images are easy, traffic is everything, systems beat hustle, and this market is still pretty early. So most people are spending their time arguing about prompts. Operators are building distribution. We're not arguing about prompts. We're just distributing and getting money, getting subscribers and monetizing. So if you want access to everything that I just mentioned in this video, you can get access to the frameworks, resources, future updates, different strategies, and all type of solves if you join the school group. So my school group is called AI OFM Operators. The link will be in the description. And I'll see you inside. Make sure to comment below. Let me know what you think and what other videos that you guys would like to see. Any questions? Just let me know below in the comments.